Across the 25. There again is the running back as he trots onto the field. He's had a good chunk of carries. Problem is for very little success. I don't want to put it all on his shoulders, but that's a big reason they're losing right now.
Have to be very careful that he doesn't start pointing fingers. Offensive line obviously trying. The defense is doing a nice job against him today. When it's all said and done, it's all
nowhere to escape, and he goes down. The Redskins now going to use the first of their 3 timeouts, as the clock will stop with 55 seconds to go until halftime. After the sack on first down, Keenum.
Okay, let's go back a little bit and see if my schooling comes to the front. What's that old saying? Those who forget the lessons of history are doomed to repeat them. That's the same guy who's gotten back-to-back sacks. I think a double team may be in order.
They'll run it here with Portis. And they will bottle him up behind the line, and now will they use a timeout? He lost 2, and it brings up 4th. First half in the... And now due to apparent time constraints, we fast forward to the beginning of the second half. Both teams appear ready for the fight ahead, and we resume action here in quarter number 3. This will be taken very short. Now a hit and a loose football. And the Raiders pick it up. And he's into the end zone. It's a fumble return for 6 and a Raider touchdown. So they get the 1-score kickoff, get a fumble, take it right back to the house. 2 quick touchdowns within a matter of about 10 seconds on the game clock.
It's like a big 1-2 punch that may lead to a knockout.
Gold with the extra point, and that will extend this big lead. The scoop and score, always an exciting play in football, and we witnessed it there, grabbing it off the ground and then rumbling it into the end zone for 6. This will be taken short. And it's a pretty good return here as he'll get it up to the 29-yard line. First down, here's a run with Peterson. Just a yard on the pickup there, and it'll bring up a 2nd and 9. Now a play fake, and it's Keenum. Under a heavy rush, and down he goes. Melvin Ingram dropping the hammer off the edge. The Raiders call on a nickel set here for 3rd down. Out of the gun, Keenum. And that is incomplete. Another drive comes and goes. Still nothing on the scoreboard.
Yeah, and when the second half comes, you know, it's real easy to get discouraged and wonder if you're ever going to get things started. You just got to fight through it. Got to keep pounding away.
Yeah, Sanders now to return. A field flipper there, a 47-yard punt coupled with a loss on the return. And the offense will come back out deep in their own territory. And now Oakland ready to take the field. They built a good first half lead. Now they have a chance to add on to it.
And what I'm thinking is that the offensive staff spent the entire halftime just working with them on, here's what we think they're going to do to attack us in the second half. Nice first half that we've had, guys, but be prepared for some change-ups. We're going to see them when we kick it off in the second half.
See how they handle any adjustments that might be made defensively. This is Barkley. He's got a first down and more past the 30. A tremendous play there from Saquon Barkley. 54 yards.
Looks to me like maybe there's a little attrition setting in with this drive, because when you see that type of a run, I get the feeling the defense getting a little bit tired.
And that's the last thing they need, especially when they look up at the scoreboard. A first down carry for Barkley. And he'll go down at the 26 following a gain of 6. 6 yards on that last play. Here's 2nd and 4. They'll run with Barkley. And for one of the few times here today, this run's not going to go anywhere.
70, Indy, 80 weapons. 13 still, snap.
On 3rd down, Barkley. He's going to be out of bounds on what's going to wind up being the final play of quarter number 3. Back now at FedEx Field. And this is a blowout so far as we get set for the fourth quarter. A very one-sided affair. On the run, it's Barkley. Now Barkley stripped of the football, and the Redskins scoop it.
The psychology of the game never ceases to amaze me because you would think there would never be a fumble from what we hear from coaches all the time, right?
And how much they practice not fumbling.
Practice it, preach it, talk about it all the time. You would think no one would ever turn it over. Yet they are humans out there running around, and we just saw another one.
Opportunistic by the defense. A run with Portis. And they're going to get him behind the line yet again as his nightmare afternoon continues. Good work to pick up 7 yards there. That gets him into a 3rd and 1 situation. Keenum to throw on 3rd and 1. It's brought in by Dodson. And he'll have the first down as he's up to about the 18. And they just keep marching right along. First down on a pickup of 8 there. Keenum now on first down. And this will be incomplete. Physical play on the football there, and it's 2nd down. So now 2nd and 10 after the incompletion on first down. Now Keenum. And this one incomplete. Too much contact to hold on to that one, and it's 3rd down. This offense was on the move. Now 2 straight incompletions have them looking at 3rd and 10. Keenum throwing once more. And that is incomplete. Just nothing there again. He's been sacked multiple times. We've seen the interceptions, of course. He's really been through the ringer, hasn't he?
And what we've seen is a defense that's well coordinated. The front and the back really in sync. The front putting on the pressure. The backside being ball hawks and picking passes off.
Officially, that'll go as a 52-yard punt. Not too shabby. And we have reached the 2-minute warning. Now the Oakland offense heading back onto the field to take over. And this game comfortably in hand. The scoreboard speaks for itself, but you still got your starting quarterback out there. When do you go to the backup, let him get some time?
And that's one of the great questions in the NFL, Brandon, because I'm just going to tell you, in the 2015 season, I commentated on 3 games in a row that were blowouts. And in none of them did the starting quarterback ever come out of the game for the team that had a big lead. And in each instance, I asked the coaches later on, why didn't you do that? And they all looked at me and said, just don't really do that in the NFL. You know, these guys play, and we just play them all the way through. Now, in certain situations, they will take them out, but for the most part, they're not as worried and concerned about getting them out of the game. And that's always puzzled me a little bit.
And finally, down he goes as they work it inside the 10 to the 7. A big hitter there, a first down gain of 26 yards. Well, they probably don't need to run a play here, but you wonder if they're going to be able to resist on 1st and goal. Barkley. And he will get into the end zone. It's another touchdown. This thing is ugly.
Is it okay if I break one of our rules, partner, which is to never call a game over until it's over? Because this certainly feels like it's over after that drive.
Yeah, that was spirit-crushing, wasn't it? And now you just kind of felt the air go out of the balloon.
Yeah, they were fighting so hard to stay in there, and they knew they had to stop them on that drive. But when they were unable to, I think you're exactly right. You could see them sag on their sideline, and I think this one might just be over.
Gold able to tack on the extra point, and the lead will swell by 1 more. So that about as lengthy a drive as you're ever going to see. And the rookie Saquon Barkley, the one who finishes things off with a touchdown run. After the touchdown, it's Robbie Gould now to kick it away. It's a very short. Now a hit and a loose football. And he hurdles him and into space. And they will be set up now as he brings this thing all the way back inside the 20. So a teammate picking him up there, that was nearly disaster.
And the way that you coach these things, you want to make sure you have eyes towards the return guy because you want to make sure that the catch is secured. A lot of teams do that. They have at least one guy. Okay, you're responsible for making sure he secures the catch. He's not always the one that makes the recovery, but he can always sound out the alarm. Hey, ball's on the ground. We've got to get it back.
There you have it, another challenge and another victory. Now remember, you can always replay challenges if you left any stars on the table.
Hey everybody, it's the coach. This is Madden Football on EA Sports. For this next challenge, you need to complete all the challenge goals to get the win. You can view the goals at any time from the pause menu. Let's get back to Brandon and Charles for the call.
Thanks, Coach. We pick up this challenge with a lot of time still remaining in quarter number one. Still no points on the board. It's 0-0. You've got possession in your own territory. 1st and 10. Young on first down. He gets it into the hands of Gronkowski. Complete. It'll go as a gain of 10 on a Kansas City first down. We've seen quite a bit of the short passing game here early on first quarter, haven't we?
We have, and I think it works a couple of ways for this team because, number one, you throw the short game until they stop it. And if they're not going to stop it, you keep throwing it, and occasionally you'll break a tackle and turn it into a bigger gain. Also, if they start to creep up, start to pressure receivers, now you go over the top, take it deep, and now you get some of those big shots downfield.
23 yards on the play. From Viking territory now, they'll come up 1st and 10 at the 35-yard line. Again, it's Young. And a quick throw here, that's complete. Give him 9 there on the first down completion.
When you see zone defense and you know you've got a drag route on as your primary call, you've got to be really careful as a passer about how far you let your guy go because he might wander into some tough coverage.
And he will take it on in for a Chiefs touchdown. 25 yards for the touchdown as his guys are able to strike first here in this opening quarter. Let's make no bones about it. On paper, they're the better team. They're at home. That's a strong opening drive.
And just think how many times we've seen this type of a matchup. Just what you said. Better team at home should steamroll them. And we've seen it go the other way. Sometimes, though, they buy into it and understand we are the better team. Let's go out and prove it right now.
After the touchdown, it's Robbie Gould now to kick it away. This will be taken very short. And they're going to start this drive in pretty good shape as they get it up past the 30. Minnesota taking over possession here on offense and wanted to revisit that game in Week 8. It was so odd, their victory over Washington, because they only scored 19 points, but they never punted. In fact, it's their first time in 15 years that they've gone through a game without punting, Charles.
And Mike Zimmer, their head coach, was quoted after the game as saying he looked at the scoreboard midway through the fourth quarter and saw they'd put up over 400 yards of offense, and Washington was down closer to 200. And he looked at the scoreboard again. He's like, 19 points? That doesn't translate very well. You don't see that very often. But it's a game you never felt that Minnesota was in question, right? You never felt like there was any jeopardy for them. Defense held them down. Offense did what it needed to do. Now they get a little bit of a mini break. And now they get set for the big part of their schedule. Kansas City starts on Sunday.
Yeah, at KC, you'll have that game. And then they go to Dallas, so a couple of tough ones coming up. So the defense able to get off the field here on third down.
And it's one of the goals of the game. They've got to be effective on passing downs. It's one of the few things defenses chart. How did we do on third down? That's a nice start.